Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well this evening. It's good to see you all, and apologies for the delay. I had a last minute um, baby emergency, not nothing serious, just a bad dream. And yeah, my second youngest really needs me there when they have a bad dream. So I booked it out of here, and I came back, and I made it somewhat in time. So hope you're all doing well. Let me know what's on your wrist this evening. I see quite a few people on already. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Kevin Hawthorne here, as usual. Good to see you, sir. Um, this is Lakin Celebrates Volunteer with Special Needs video on YouTube. Very cool. Over 9,800 views. Is that on your channel, Kevin? Let us know. Uh, let's see. Marcus, good to see you. Sam, how's it going? Good to see you. Scott's here. Hello, Scott. James. Hello, James. How are you? We got Neff here. Go Cards. Uh, don't know what any of that means, but I'm guessing it's good. Hey, Chaz. How's it going? Good to see you. Um, let's see. Bruno. How are you? Good to see you. Got Kevin. How's it going, Kevin? Hey, Marcus is here. How's it going? We're in the really, really cool Seamaster Tritone. Oh, that is it's excellent. As a Tantalum fan, Marcus being a Tantalum fan, I think it was made for you. um, let's see. Scott saying, Sanjay, could you break down the tier list of Seiko automatic movements? Not Grand Seiko. Yes. Yes, I could, to the best of my knowledge, at least. We got the 8L movements, which are considered 9S Grand Seiko, like undecorated 9S movements. The 8L, was it the 55? 8L 55 is the high beat. 8L 35 is the regular beat. Then you got the 6L, which is similar to the 8L, but it's like a Seiko movement that was contracted out to Soap Rod or something, and was also used by Krator. Yeah, so the 6L35 is a somewhat higher tier movement that was made to compete with the 2892 ETA. Then you got the R movements. I'm probably missing a few. Well, you got the 9R. You got the chronograph movements, the 8R. I'm pretty sure those are the Seiko chronograph movements, and then you got the 6R, which the 6R35, 6R15, 6R31, 6R31 being the no date one. There's also the 6R27. I'm probably, oh, Scott, you really got me going. 6R27 is considered to be a higher end movement than the 6R15 and the 6R35. Although it's only got like 42 hours power reserve, but it's got a power reserve on the dial. Anyway, all hearsay in the end, right? It's all forum talk. That's what I know. Then you got the 4R movements, and then you got the 7S26, the infamous 7S26. I'll move on. Hey, Stefan, good to see you, sir. Wait, my StreamYard is not working. Weird. Okay. Okay. I don't know what just happened. But okay, I'm back. All right. I don't know if you got all that, but anyway, let's keep going. Oh man, I hope my internet's okay. I was just saying hi to Stefan. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, BB. Good to see you. Chaz saying have a great show. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Hope you are well and doing well. Wolfie's wearing the CQ. Wolfie back in our time zone. Looking forward to chatting with you next week, sir. James is wearing the Wii Master. We'll change to Grand Seiko before dinner. Wayben, how's it going? Good to see you. Tennessee Mike, how's it going? Good to see you as well. Hey, Reinhard. Hope you're doing well. Let's scroll down. Ken Spears here. Junior Johnson, how's it going? Okay. Kevin is saying it's on ABC Action News. Alrighty. The special needs celebration YouTube video, that is. So if you want to check that out, please go ahead and do that. Brenny, we're in the Panerai 233. Very cool. Hey, Justin's here as well. Marcus, just riffing here. Already into deep serial number gibberish. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, huh? Hey, Matthew. Good evening to you as well. I think the internet was not happy with my serial number gibberish, so that's what happened. Sorry, guys. Hey, Anish. Hope you're doing well. Chad saying open for a spring bar riff. Oh, that's a good one. Marcus is wearing the Captain Willard, the super high end one, the SLA 033. Very nice. Easy Clayton, how's it going, sir? Hope you're doing well. He's wearing the blue peacock. Very cool. SBGJ 261, if I'm not mistaken. Excellent. And saying congrats, Kevin. Okay. Justin, yeah, you gotta get Seiko, man. I just did a review of the King Seiko. Thought I had it here, but I don't. It's a good one. Okay, Ken Spears wearing the OP tonight. Kevin is wearing G-Shock. Which G-Shock, Kevin? Come on. You can't just say G-Shock. Waven's wearing the Peacock too. And Bobby, under the weather. Hope you're feeling well, sir. We'll have a special next week. Supposed to be, if all goes well to plan, is supposed to be a no Grand Seiko mentioning episode. So we'll see how that goes. Every Grand Seiko mention means Chaz gets a G-Shock. So we did this last year or earlier this year. Hopefully, I will continue my streak of not mentioning GS on the No GS show. Saying Marcus asked me what happened to the King Seiko SBB 285. It's here. I still have it. It is not in the trunk. Not in the trunk. Not yet, at least. Matthew's wearing the Moser Endeavor. Very cool. Great choice, sir. Okay, we got an answer. GBDH 100. Oh, I wish I knew what that was. Well, thanks for sharing, Kevin. Stefan's are in the SBGP 007. Very cool. Called the Captain America. Really? I'll have to look that up. I can't remember that one. Okay, I'm not gonna switch screens just to look that up, but I will look it up after. Marcus says I volunteer to be on the No Mention GS show. Marcus, you're always welcome. Feel free to join in. Should be fun. We'll be saying, I'm thinking he also has to give Chaz a Seiko. He says Seiko Bobby. Oof. Oh man, no Seiko or no Grand Seiko. Okay. Yeah, the challenge is to get me to say Grand Seiko or Seiko. So we'll see. Last time you guys failed. You couldn't get me to do it. I think I didn't want to lose too much money. Hey, Simon says wristwatch wearing the SLGH 13. This is the Simon Says from Uptick? Oh, Simon, you got such a killer on your wrist. Oh man, I was gawking over your wristwatch on Uptick's video. So yeah, congratulations. I was really tempted to get that, but on my wrist today is the Sea of Clouds, SBGP 017. I was I was thinking about the SLGH 013, but then um, as things fell into place, I happened to get this watch from Torin, Everyday Watch Guy, and I feel like if I had the SLGH 013 and the SBGP 017, Torin's here. Torin, hey,
Hey
uh,
guys.
good to see you, sir. But I was just saying, if I got the SBG SLGH 013, which is the snowscape, right?
Yeah.
If I got that, and if I kept the Sea of Clouds, that's kind of too much, right?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty close together.
Yeah, they're both thin 44 GS case watches.
Yeah.
One has that incredible ever brilliant steel and the incredible movement. Um, but
Did
guys,
you
if
get
you
to see
haven't,
that in person? Is that why you're
I have
thinking
seen
about
it
it?
in person. Yes, they had it at our AD. So when we were there,
Very nice.
yeah. Um, so as I was saying, guys, if you haven't seen Uptick Watch Reviews video with Simon here, go take a look. It's a good video, and I love your enthusiasm, Simon. One Grand Seiko fan to another. um, Torin, how's your weekend so far?
That's been pretty good. Yeah, sorry, it was a little busy. It was a little late getting baby Mary down
No worries.
yeah.
No, I know what that's like. So, um, yeah, glad you were able to make it on. What's on your list today?
Oh yeah. Well, if you saw my video today, you'll know it's the Longines Zulu time.
Yeah, I was so just to come straight, right? I was I usually listen to your videos, right? Because I'm usually driving when I'm watching,
Right.
not watching YouTube, but I put
But
it on
yeah.
I play it and yeah, and I go. So I listen to what you're saying, but I rarely ever get to see a lot of people's videos. But today I got to watch your video, and I was blown away. I don't know. The intro was amazing. It was
Uh,
so crispy. Oh man, I don't know how
thanks.
long you've been doing like super high quality videos, like the super crispy like 4K. Oh, it's just so
Yeah, I started recording in 4K and then I kind of downscale it. So when
yeah.
it's loaded, it's usually 2K, I think is
Okay.
like the exported resolution.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, well, thanks for that. I mean, I appreciate it. It's with the Zulu time, it worked out well because the intro and stuff, a lot of it was my brother and I went for a hike last week. So like that's mostly his wrist and stuff for a lot of those shots. So I was kind of behind the camera, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the lighting was good, it was like very scenic. So
Oh, it was beautiful.
thank
It
you.
was the
Yeah.
fall leaves and oh, darn. That was some excellent videography. I was
Thank you,
impressed.
sir.
So, yeah. I was really excited. Yeah, my jaw hit the floor.
Well, okay.
It was so nice. 'Cause, yeah, to be honest, like, I haven't actually watched with my eyes one of your videos in some time, but,
Yeah. Well,
so
I provide the eye candy. I don't really provide the content. Yeah.
no, no, the
Yeah.
content is great, which is why I keep listening to the videos, right?
Well, thanks.
So, yeah, great stuff. But, catching up here, with Simon, um, thank you so much, sir, for what you did. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. SLGH13 fund. Thank you, sir. Um, let's see. Justin says, like how Sanjay's starstruck on his own show. Yeah. Hey, Simon's a Canadian. He's from Quebec. So
Oh yeah, sweet.
yeah. Um, if you haven't seen it, Torn,
No,
I'll
I
take watch reviews.
can you send? Oh, it's up to okay.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of the videos. I haven't seen that one specific to the Grand Seiko you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Kevin S looking hard at the SVG 009 these days, man, around Spring Drive. It's a beautiful watch. Um, but
I didn't
that
catch
was
what were you wearing, by the way.
Sea of Clouds,
Okay. Nice.
Torrens X watch.
Well, your unboxing made it seem like I don't know if you're so certain about keeping it.
Oh no, I am certain.
Okay. You're
Yeah,
okay.
because I didn't want to unbox it again. I feel like that blue box, it's the same with every Grand Seiko, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to do this again. why
Okay.
why
Yeah.
would I put everyone through it? So I just unboxed it everywhere, and then I just spoke about the watch.
Right.
That felt more natural. Hey, thank you, Simon, for the super chat. That's very kind, very generous of you
Uh-huh.
too. Thank you, sir. Um, Kevin saying Zulu looks great on Torrance wrist. All
Thanks.
right, so yeah, let's talk a bit about what I was gonna chat about. I was actually wearing my Longines Spirit,
Very nice.
and the honeymoon's over, and
Oh, really?
the
Wow.
so
You seem so enamored by it.
yeah. I mean, I'm not like out of love with it, but the
Right.
honeymoon's over. Meaning I found its first flaw, which took a while. I've had it for what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks, I want to say, maybe four. Um, Tried to put on a strap, and it chewed up.
Mm,
It absolutely chewed up one of my precious straps.
right. Is it
uh,
because the where the holes are?
the
Like
holes are
it's
super close to
close to
the.
the head of the watch, right?
Yeah, yeah. I had not
Yeah.
thought of that. So
See, this I was pleasantly surprised. The
yeah.
Zulu time, it's somehow, yeah, they drill the lugs. I mean, sorry, the drilled holes on the lugs are like further away from the head of the watch.
Okay.
Because even like in my videos, I had put it on a NATO, and I'm like, is a NATO going to pass through there okay? And
Right.
it did. Like, so
So I
pleasantly
had the
surprised.
40 mil. I had the 40 mil for a while. It
Me
was
too.
borrowed. It wasn't mine. But and that one I didn't have any issues.
Other than it was 21 millimeter lug
Yes, yes.
space. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the biggest issue, but I didn't have any clearance issues. And I even took a caliper through this because the lugs seem long, but if you really look at it, the lugs seem kind of it seems more proportionate than the 40 mil Longines Spirit. So when I put this 37 mil one on, it looks more pleasing to my eye. But
Mhm.
then I think the other issue, though, I'm gonna try and take this off on camera because there's a little button in the
Right.
on the bracelet, but it's a little tough. Okay, I'm gonna break it live, guys. um, okay, there we go.
You just found the second flaw. Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably can't see it. I mean,
No, you can
it's
see
not
it.
that
Well,
close, right? It's close, but it's
it's
not.
close, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, so that's a good angle. So um, I like a lot of my Hirsch straps work, but I don't have a lot of 19 mil Hirsch straps. So
What you
on
can
my
do, and I've done this for like, because of the Grand Seikos that I liked that had 19 mil lug spacings, you can just get curved spring bars, right?
yes, I was thinking of that actually.
Yeah.
But then now I gotta buy more straps. So which got me thinking,
Well, you
right?
can put them in your other straps. You just take the spring
That's
bar
true.
out of it. It
Yeah, that's
I've
true
done that.
actually.
Like, in fact, hold on.
Miss Nightwing love that Longines to Torn.
If you, I don't know if this is going to show up well. This is a Deluxe strap, right?
Okay.
And I've taken they all the Deluxe basically have, right, the quick release spring bars.
Yeah.
But I've taken them out, and currently there's no curved spring bar, but maybe you can tell that there's a bit of a curvature that's there from having I
Curved
put
spring
in
bar.
a curved spring bar. Yeah, that was to fit actually, I think it was for the Sea of Clouds. I've had this strap on your Sea of Clouds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So if you're interested in a good potential matchup, I think.
Yeah. Oh. Well, how come you put it on the Sea of Clouds? Was there like clearance issues with the Sea of Clouds?
No, I mean, it's because I've actually had it on two other Grand Seikos, and I just like the clearance was it just it pulled down really nicely, like
Oh,
straight
okay.
down. So
Right.
I just kept it that way. Like, it was an issue on the SBGN 003, like
Okay.
my GMT, that was an issue. And then for the SBGA 221, it wasn't really an issue, but I liked how again, it just pulled straight down a lot easier without like rubbing any part of the watch head.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that too. Like I don't take the curved spring bars in there. Like I don't have any curved spring bars, but I do take the quick
Okay,
release spring bars out because I've got the good spring bars.
of course, of course.
Chaz, if you're listening still, you knew we were gonna go into spring bars. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't quite know what to do. I I was thinking of buying a bunch of new straps with the curved spring bars. I didn't really think about putting in curved spring bars because that might actually solve my problem. So I might do that now. But I got me thinking, like I've got a lot of straps, right?
Right.
Like
And
I
you
don't
got
know
a
how
lot of
many straps.
19 mil straps, which is kind of nice because
Yeah, so I have this tiny box full of straps. I have, like bag is full of straps. Just I have a drawer full of straps, and I'm sure a lot of us do.
yeah, me too. I just pulled it from my drawer. Like,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah,
So like, yeah, okay.
yeah. So I was thinking maybe we're strap collectors too. Not maybe we're not watch collectors because we don't flip our straps. Maybe we're strap collectors, and
Mm.
we have a fine selection of watches to complement our straps. I feel like it's more true in my case than
Well, it's because
maybe in
almost like you don't think of like, is there a big market? I mean, there probably is for secondhand straps too, right? Like a lot of the forums where we look at, I'm sure, also do
yeah,
the straps and stuff. But yeah, I guess it's true.
yeah. Um, well, I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a market if there was. There's like hygiene issues that a lot of people think of, right?
Yeah,
People don't like secondhand clothes. Um,
that's fair.
so straps are kind of like clothes. People don't like secondhand shoes. I mean, I don't know how true that is with the sneaker thing that's going on right now, but um, yeah, at least I know. Yeah, my family, like when growing up, they didn't really like secondhand stuff. Um, I don't mind secondhand stuff myself. I don't mind getting secondhand clothes, although I do it rarely, but it doesn't really bug me. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I'd ever sell my straps though. Like, could you imagine doing that? Would you do that?
Maybe if it wasn't worn a lot, like maybe just a handful of times, and
Yeah,
yeah, but you're right. I don't think I would feel bad about selling a strap that's been well worn and like
right.
already creased and everything. Plus, like you said, I don't know what the market is. Like, is it even worth? Like, most of the straps I get are probably the $20 to $40 range anyway. So I'm like, if I'm gonna ship someone a strap, like your margins are gone already, and I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But in a way, like there's so many times where I'm just agonizing. Like when I get a watch, and maybe you've seen like cracks of this. The guys in the chat, maybe you've seen cracks of this in my psyche, at least in the past few streams. Like I genuinely was considering that SPGW 289 36 millimeter 44 GS Grand Seiko with the pink dial that had the horrendous hands. They're not that bad, but to me they are. Um, the I genuinely was considering that because I have 18 mil straps that I'm not using anymore. So, which is why I'm thinking maybe I am a strap collector and the watches are there to complement the straps. Like I have a baggie full of 18, like I organized them by baggie, sandwich bag,
Yeah,
and that sandwich bag never gets opened and it bugs me to no end. Like I need a watch with 18 mil lug width.
you can buy a cheap Seiko 5KR
No, no, how
or
could you
Seiko
do that to
5.
good straps?
Oh, you know what you need to buy, and I'm sorry if Marcus is here. Buy a Nomos,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
like a 36 millimeter Nomos.
Or my old Nomos
And
Tetra was
Nomos
18
makes
mil.
great straps. Like their shell
They do.
cordovan straps are phenomenal.
They do. They do. They're bulletproof too. Like I've dunked the shell cordovan that I have from Nomos in
Mhm.
soapy water like countless times, and they're strong. Like, I wouldn't say they're as strong as they were when I got them new. They're definitely a little more floopy, but they're rugged and they're tough. Um, which is interesting. I think shell cordovan is like horse leather. It's like horse muscle.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's I can't remember. Someone described it before, and it's like there's only a small amount of it on a horse, like the muscle, so that's why it's also so coveted and hard to get.
yeah, yeah. Um, we there's some comments here I was reading as well. Scott saying maybe get curb straps.
Mm.
Um, James saying it's counter to where the lug holes are on the Longines. Justin saying the round of the case juts out, and I think you're right,
That
Justin.
could be part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the watches I've had actually have a cutout
Right.
at that case point,
Hmm.
a little sanded down section or
Yeah, I wonder if
machine
the
section.
Zulu has it.
This
Second.
one does not have that. That that could be it actually. Um, so is the case sharp between the lugs? It is very sharp. It is very sharp, and that's also another point where I noticed like the side of the watch is really sharp too. So it's like Speedmaster sharp, you know.
It is
So it's
quite
not
sharp.
it's not bad, but it is like the new Speedmaster sharp. Easy Clayton St. Chaz after Spring Bar Talk just saying, uh, hey Patrick, good to see you.
Hey
Really
man,
late to
yeah.
the party. Hope you're doing well, sir. I saw that you went to wind up and watch time. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Uh, Opie, Opie said they can't help themselves. Talking about spring bars. Strap. Addicts everywhere. See, Wolfie, I was gonna ask you this because you got Aaron Bespoke, and if Clayton came on, I was gonna ask him too because he recently got an Aaron
Right. Did you
Bespoke
see
strap
it
too.
for his Sea of Clouds, or was
Yeah,
it Aaron Bespoke? Yeah, that looked
yeah, yeah. It
nice.
was beautiful.
That was
Apparently, it's
nice.
beaver tail. I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I mean, I
It's a
guess
Canadian thing. Come on, man.
yeah. Whenever I think of beaver tail, I think of like Nutella and cinnamon and sugar. Um,
Mm.
we've got like this treat, uh, deep fried dough with tons of sugar, and it's called beaver tails because it kind of looks like a beaver tail. But um, Clayton's was not made out of sugary dough. It was made out of, I'm presuming, a real beaver's tail. So yeah. What I was going to ask you, Wolfie and Clayton, was it seems like Wolfie, you get a strap like for the Aaron Bespoke strap that you got for your Longa.
Oh,
You
that's
got
beautiful.
it, and it stayed there, right? It's like you pick the strap for the watch and then you put it on and you're happy. For me, I'm not happy. You know, I put the strap on the watch and then in a day I'm like, okay, time to put a new strap on this watch. Um, so a watch never stays or a strap never stays on a watch. And I was wondering how you come to that decision to find a watch this or find a strap for the watch. Marcus,
Yeah.
uh, who buys a used strap?
I think it
um,
is a difficult process unless you do go the bespoke route and like you specifically like try and pair it with a specific material or color scheme or right
yeah, that's true.
like for
But
example in my strap drawer like this one I got for the white birch, right?
yeah, yeah,
This is
the
the Terry crafted one,
yeah,
and very specifically tailored because I also gave him the Grand Seiko buckle that I had too. So, right, this is a GS buckle from a different strap, and even like the backing in terms of being a similar color with a silver stitch.
hmm,
Like to me, it was highly specific to that watch.
yeah,
And if I ever sold it, which I don't think I will, like the white birch, I might even just like try and get this to go with it because it's like so perfect for it. But
yeah, yeah. I can understand that. But what what strap is the Grand Seiko on now? The white birch is on the bracelet.
I think it's on the bracelet.
Yeah. Um. Hmm. Yeah. See, that's the reason why I've never gone the bespoke route, because I know it's not going to stay on that watch for too long. Like
Hmm.
for a couple of days, I don't think it's worth it for me. Um, which goes to like debunk my point that I'm a strap collector. Clearly, I'm a watch collector. I was just trying to be philosophical. But you can see some of these comments are great. Just glance at them. It says, Justin says, I also reuse underwear. I could put discount on those. Oh man, that is good. Uh, pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. I'm not saying you do, but Kevin says I got dibs from Santi.
Yeah,
That's the other thing. I've
you already
got
got rid of a stink, so like that's actually
yeah,
a selling point, right? If you wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
sell that.
It's like a well aged leather, you know, goat leather.
It's like buying a new baseball glove, right? Like it's already broken in. Like you
Yeah,
don't
there
have
you
to go
go.
through the painstaking process of,
Yeah,
you
or a
know,
cricket bat that's been
yeah.
seasoned for you, you know?
Hmm.
Like you don't want to get a cricket bat and then start playing cricket with it right away. That'll just ruin the willow. And you got to get it seasoned. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, right, Taryn?
I follow 100%.
Yeah. Um, James says, I'll admit I've sold watches with U straps from other watches. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
in the end, you kind of do that anyway, right? Say you get a classy watch that comes on a leather strap, or even a not so classy watch. Um, that strap has been used, and you got to sell it with a used strap, unless, yeah, you buy a new one. Um,
I'm so guilty of, and you probably do the same thing, right? Like whatever the watch comes on, if it's even a bracelet or strap, like I try not to take it off the OEM strap or bracelet right away, but I always end up doing it within like 48 hours.
yeah, I do that too. Like I do it pretty quick, except for this Longines, the Spirit 37. I actually kept it on the bracelet for an extremely long time because I love the bracelet so much. It's such a good bracelet. Um, and yeah, I guess it's gonna stay on the bracelet until I find some good curved spring bars. Um, but Simon says I'm a big fan of both Aaron Bespoke, also fellow Canadian, and Camille Fournet. When it comes to straps, got my Grand Seiko SBGM 221 and my Omega CK859 on Camille Fournet straps. I have not heard of
I
that.
have not heard of them, but I'll
Yeah,
look them up.
yeah, and there's what's the place called? Is it Casa Faliano, the Cartier strap manufacturer? No, not the Cartier. Sorry,
I'm not
the
sure, to be honest.
Reverso. Reverso has Casa Faliano
Like
straps.
JLC.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And those are super high end leather goods. So I I wouldn't see any issues with those being sold secondhand. I mean, if people buy secondhand shoes like Allen Edmonds, can't think of anything right now other than Allen Edmonds, but they're higher end shoe companies, um, and people buy secondhand shoes because they don't want to spend $800-900 on them,
It's true.
and they're good, like they're really high end leather goods. So there you go, right? Neff says no one needs to drill holes closer to the case. Too much empty space there. Yeah,
It's true.
you just got to go small. Neff, get their 33 mil Orion. You know. uh, Wolfgang says, "Yep, Clayton podcast got awesome strap from Aaron for the SOC of Clouds. Yes, yeah. Let's go down here see what their responses are. Marcus F saying Omega NATO straps are worth the asking price. That's a really interesting opinion
That is.
because I've everything I've heard is opposite to that. So and yeah, I've I've held some Artem sailcloths, not sailcloths, sorry, Artem
NATO.
NATO straps, and they claim to be very close to Omega NATOs. I haven't actually held an Omega NATO. Uh, for
I don't
some
think I have
reason,
either.
yeah, for some reason they've eluded me. I've seen them, but I've never actually held one in my hands. Like I've seen them with my eyes, never asked to hold it. Um,
Yeah, to me, there's like a NATO. It's just hard to fathom getting one that is like double or triple, even what like premium like Artem's NATO straps would be, right? Like,
mhm,
I just don't see how it translates into. I mean, maybe there is a reason for Omega, and I can't speak to Omega specifically, but to me, it's a nylon fabric, and you got metal polished keepers and a buckle.
mhm,
I mean, how much more premium can you get?
yeah. I mean, unless if it's, I mean, Tudor actually has a really high end NATO strap, like their fabric strap. I don't know if they have like a very specific stitching method.
Mm,
So that I understand, like Momotaro jeans, right? And Oris
oh,
with their
right.
Momotaro
With the
strap.
Oris, yeah, you're right, yeah.
So that kind of makes sense because they're they use like hand looms and stuff to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
those fabrics. I don't know if Omega does that. So if Omega does something like that, then maybe there's something to it. Um,
yeah.
we'll keep an eye out for your reply, Marcus. If why you think that's worth it. Um, let's see. I'm a watch box collector. I like a good 10 pound Omega box or a nice mahogany. Yeah. Time Hill asking, how do you season a cricket bat? Well, Steve. Clayton saying you have to ask, didn't you? It's not that crazy. I think you use a bunch of oil. Linseed oil, I think, is commonly used, and they use a mallet to pound the crap out of it. um, so I don't know what that does to the wood. I think it toughens it up so that it doesn't splinter and break into pieces when a cricket ball hits it, because cricket balls are really hard and they come at you really fast. Um, so Dan says I bought a used watch from a smoker and the strap was awful, vomit inducing. Huh. Yeah, I hate to see that. Let's see. My Snoopy says Bobby themed watch roll was made from Aaron Bespoke. Great quality, but he does take his time. Yeah, I know Clayton was waiting for a long time for his 3 or 4 weeks, which is not too bad. But hey, Neff with the shoe, Carmina, thank you, sir. Good brand there, Carmina. Um, and Wolfie saying he had Aaron make 6 piece box for sunglasses. Took a couple of months. Whoa, a couple of
Hmm.
months. Um, Marcus asking, did you maintain your leather strap? Do you use conditioner? How long do you let the strap dry after wearing it? I do maintain my straps. Um, I use a damp cloth to wipe down any excess dirt, maybe every month or so. Um, then I do have leather conditioner. I have a couple. There's one up there, and there is one over there, which you can't see, but one is Allen Edmonds leather conditioner, which I use on my shoes as well. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, when
I
I
use
let
a
them dry.
touch of mink oil sometimes, but I don't know how people feel about that. It does darken a little
Yeah,
bit the color, but it makes it really, really supple.
yeah, it's kind of greasy though, too, right?
Yeah, that's why I use it very sparingly, like with a sponge. Like a little goes a
Yeah,
long way.
yeah.
But
Um, I'm not sure what's in the leather conditioner with the ones that I use. Um, yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. I'm sure there's some mink oil in it. But yeah, I let them dry overnight, Marcus, and then I buff them out, put them away. Wolfie saying Tudor textile is good, very robust. And thinking of getting the Tad NATO for my Zin TAD. Not sure. Not sure what that is. Is that a tutor?
Could be.
Again, NATO is a good combination of durable, soft, and pliable. Let's see. Hey, Reinhard, hope you have a good evening, sir. Take care. And Bobby asking, were you the guy who rubbed the cricket ball in his pants to retain the shine? Of course. Of course. You have to do that. Because you got to shine one side of the ball. The reason, I'm sure you know this, Bobby, I'm sure you play cricket, right, Bobby? But the reason why you shine one side of the leather ball is for aerodynamic reasons. You have one side so there's a seam in the middle that goes around the circumference of the ball. One side you keep shiny, and the other side you keep kind of roughed up. So I think you can kind of rough it up on the ground, and it'll make the ball swing, right? So when you bowl it with the seam, the air is flowing faster on the one side of the ball, and it makes the ball turn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So if you're not a spin bowler, which you turn the seam, so you put your fingers across the seam, and as you bowl the ball or you pitch the ball, you're turning your fingers so the ball is going like this, and it bounces on the ground and it turns whichever way you're spinning the ball. But with a fast bowler, a pacer, you're bowling the ball with the seam, and you're pitching the ball, and then it, like, based on how well you do it, you turn the ball. It's there's a lot going on. You got to polish the ball on your pants. There's no option to not do it. So sorry for going off on you with that. I used to play
No,
cricket, like,
I confess I haven't played cricket or really followed it, but I
yeah.
appreciate like how much skill and variation there is within the game. So
Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of people on this side of the world, they haven't quite played cricket. Um, it's brand new. So, but we have a lot of English friends who watch, and Australian friends. Marcus F. I don't know if you play cricket at all. But yeah, cricket's great, man. Cricket, yeah. I grew up playing it, so I'm kind of biased, but yeah. Uh, Red Fox is way better. Yeah, but it's more like a red thigh, right?
I guess, yeah.
Because you can tell if you're a pace bowler, you got like a red thigh, basically, red pocket area, because you're constantly polishing the ball as you play. That's why they put spit on the ball too. Like, I don't know if they do that now after COVID, but they always get spit on the ball to polish it. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
gross. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay, yeah, you're really selling this game. Thanks.
uh, anyway, get back to watches. Um, Torin, have you had any movement in your collection recently?
You mean since like the crazy
Yeah,
transaction we had?
yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I made one pickup. I wasn't planning on it, but
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
you follow my Instagram. But there's another GMT that entered the collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it? Oh, do you have it with you? Let me.
It's not in my immediate vicinity, but
Okay, let me pull up your Instagram here. Share it so we can enjoy this together.
it's not what I really wanted, but I couldn't really back down from buying it.
Was it too good of a deal?
Well, it's not that easy to get at retail. So
Okay. Let's see. Oh no
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, yeah, I got the Black Bay Pro.
Oh, congrats, man. That's pretty
Thanks.
cool.
That's so, and it's not our normal dealer, right? I feel bad. It's my local, like in London,
Yeah.
dealer,
And he's
and
got you the FXD too, right?
well, he showed it to me. Yeah, and the thing is like I don't like to, but like I'm kind of playing the game there because like I bought my engagement ring there for my fiance.
Hmm.
I bought this, and I'm on a waiting list for Rolex for like
Oh,
just like a
oh,
Submariner and stuff because they're a Rolex AD. They don't. They're
okay.
they're not a huge AD. They have Rolex, Tudor, Tag, and then some Swatch Group stuff. Like that's it. They don't even have like they don't have Omega. They don't have Grand Seiko. They don't even have
Yeah,
regular Seiko. But the fact that like they're a Rolex authorized dealer, and I know a lot of local Londoners who go to them, but it's like you just gotta have a purchase history and stuff, right? So
right.
it
So,
is
I
pretty
mean,
cool. Like the guy, the sales rep I talked to there, like I can tell like he's really into watches. He's not just trying to make the sale. Like he's a
yeah,
cool guy, and he was excited to call me up because I in passing I mentioned I'm like, oh, like because they had the standard Tudor stuff there, but they didn't really have um, the Pro or the I mentioned the 39 millimeter Pelagos
hmm,
just to see it. I don't think I'd pick that one up because I have the FXT.
right.
It is funny because apparently I was the second call for that particular watch.
Oh,
The guy who got the first call ended up taking the 39 millimeter Pelagos over the Pro.
right.
But in my mind, I'd take the Pro any day of the week because it's just got the added complication. And I don't know. It just, to me, the 39 millimeter Pelagos just feels like a titanium Black Bay, in my opinion.
58.
Yeah, 58.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds good to me. I'll take it.
yeah. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if you caught at the end of the Longines video too, right? I kind of suggested like if people don't go for the Zulu time because it's 42 millimeters, they might prefer the Pro, and I kind of showed a side by side shot at the end.
Oh,
So
I must
my
have
hope
missed
is
that
to
part.
maybe do a comparison video down the road between the two.
Yeah,
But to be honest, I don't see them both staying in my collection, and for my wrist size, I do think the Longines brings more to the table. Like I think the Zulu time, and I don't know how people feel about this. Like just early on of owning both of these for like less than a week, or
yeah,
well, I guess it's 2 weeks now. But to me, the Zulu time does more for me than the Pro. But
yeah.
I
No,
can
I
see like
totally understand.
if you just want one GMT and you have a small collection and a smaller wrist, then the Black Bay Pro is great. But
Yeah, but the Black Bay Pro, a lot of people talk about the thickness being a little overbearing. Do you
it
find that to?
initially, yeah, it's
Yeah,
noticeable,
but the Zulu
and it's
has like a
different.
14.
The Zulu, but they break up the case so well, right? Like
Yeah,
a lot, it's not, it's the mid case is broken up. You have the bezel and you have a domed sapphire crystal.
yeah.
Tudor is just their formula never changes. It's that slab of metal, right?
Hmm.
And they don't, and it's interesting because me owning the FXD, right? I mean, I guess the Tudor FXD is maybe a little thinner, maybe by like point 0.6, point 0.7 millimeters thinner, and it's also titanium. It doesn't bother me as much
Okay.
and maybe it's because there's also the bezel there, the rotating bezel and stuff. But yeah, for me, it's very noticeable, and it's also because the Black Bay Pro is a smaller diameter watch. So I don't know. To me, it's just like the head of the watch. You really feel it kind of moving around, and it's very tall.
Hmm.
But I think maybe you'll get used to it. Like you do get good articulation with it, and the T-fit clasp is really nice on it.
Yeah.
But
Oh man, that's big. Congrats, man. A lot of
thanks, yeah, it
congrats.
was,
A lot of
yeah.
congratulations coming here too on the chat. Um, but okay, so you also mentioned they're both not going to stay in the collection. So you're pretty sure the Longines will be moving on too then.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I think they can coexist because they're kind of as far as GMTs go, they're kind of different, right? Like the Longines more of a pilot GMT, the Pro is more of a diver or vintage looking watch. So I feel like they could both stick around. To me, I was just saying currently if I had to pick one, I would go
I see.
towards the Longines, I think,
Yeah. Okay.
at this juncture. And
Okay.
down the
Yeah.
line, yeah, I don't know if I would long term, I don't know if I'd keep the Black Bay Pro to be honest.
Yeah. I had misunderstood. I thought they're both going. So you're not going to
No,
have
no, no.
either of them. Okay, that
No,
that
no.
makes sense.
I think one will like long term. I think one will stay longer than the other for sure.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
to me, I feel like the Black Bay. We'll see because I've only had it for less than a week, and I wanted to put out a video on it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I wasn't as blown away by it, and maybe it's because we were spoiled. Like we picked up and got to see so many watches like a couple weeks ago at your AD, and then I
Yeah.
walked out with a couple of awesome watches. So
Yeah.
I think that's maybe a slight negative to like to me. I kind of I wanted to make some moves because I don't get to do it as often now, like with the family and stuff.
Right.
But it's also it doesn't like you don't get the same gratification almost, right? Because it's like you really covet those watches, but at the same time they're kind of like you bring too many new watches in at the same time, you kind of lose some of the, you know,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
makes it
your
feel so
excitement
special.
was split like 3 ways there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then with the like normally if we didn't go to your AD and then I just got the call about the pro, like I'd be ecstatic, right? But
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the pro is on its own merits, it's good. Like
Yeah.
it's great.
Oh,
But like stacking it up to like another GMT that I just picked up, and then I mean, I'm really stoked about the Chronomaster. That thing is freaking amazing.
yeah, it looks good on you too.
Yeah.
Um, Scott saying wearing the 39 Pelagos right now.
Oh, nice.
To me, it feels like a 5-digit sub.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can see that.
But you said you were on the list for a sub, right?
Yeah, like a
So
no dude. So,
what happens when you get a sub? That's
well, first of all, I don't know if I'm ever going to get the call for that.
oh, I'm sure you will. Like, let's
But
say
like I've
3
spent
years.
money there now. Like I was like because I bought at retail, right? Like I got the Black Bay, and then I also spent money on a ring, right?
Yeah,
So I feel like maybe down the line I'll get it. But yeah, that's going to be that will kind of cause a bit of disruption too, because to me, I didn't expect to really like the SPGX 117 as much as I do.
yeah.
Like to me, that wears like a vintage sea dweller, like kind
Hmm.
of like.
I can
So
see
yeah,
that.
if I get a sub, I mean, I don't know. That's
See that was the watch I was thinking of too, because when you get a sub, it seems like you don't like too much clashing in your collection, right? You'd like
yeah,
to,
and I'm trying to break that mold, right? Because to me, it's almost like I don't want to have too many like identical pieces in the collection, but like maybe it's because I just want to check off boxes of having yeah, like I posted that recently.
yeah,
Such a good watch.
it is.
Even on the bracelet, I mean, it wears so good on that bracelet for some reason.
Yeah, yeah, and you can see that it's not just a diver. It has more than a passing resemblance, right?
Yeah.
To Rolex. That's not a bad thing. Not meaning that it's a copy watch or anything, but um, yeah. So if you got a sub, this almost has to go. Right?
I don't think I could do that. I mean, at this point to myself, like, yeah. See, I want to get out of it. And are you the same way? Like, do you feel like if you have a couple, like, if say if you had two black divers like that, like a sub and that, would they coexist okay? Or would you kind of feel internally like it's a little redundant? I shouldn't keep, because even for me, like just having black dial watches, which I mean, I love because they're like tool watches and, I have like an Explorer and, um, what else do I have? I don't know, but to me, it's just like I don't want to have too many black dial. I don't want to be that guy who just has like all tool watch or like I don't know. Like I
All the
shouldn't
same.
feel that way. Yeah, like I don't want to be one of those people that's like I gotta check the boxes. I gotta have like a black dial, white dial, like different. And some people do that. Like for example, I really admire Bobby in terms of like, but he does his research and he like goes for like this is like the dial color and this is the watch I want.
Yeah.
But for me, it's almost like I'm just trying to like I need like a GMT, I need a chronograph, I need like I want to break that mold, but I struggle with it internally. I
Mm.
do struggle.
Yeah. I would probably have some anxiety about it too. Um, in the past, I feel like I'm being more tempered towards being okay with it, which is why, like, we were kind of talking about it with the Sea of Clouds and the Snowscape, the SLGH013. I feel
Yeah,
like that'll be too much of a clash. It would be kind of like a Submariner and that
yeah,
Grand Seiko.
yeah.
Because
It's funny because I see in the chat too. I know Kevin wants to steal the SPGX 117 if I ever let it go.
yeah,
He's first in line, but like we'll see, Kevin. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But to me, it feels like a keeper.
yeah,
We say that now, but
yeah, yeah, exactly.
what does that really mean? I mean,
It's unique, right? That
yeah.
Grand Seiko diver is unique.
I mean, it's hard to find. Like, I'm
Yeah.
surprised you don't see many. But
Amin, it's good to
thanks,
see you,
Amin.
sir.
I saw he went to Wind Up as well, right?
He did.
Some crazy pieces.
Yeah. His Instagram is full
Yeah,
of them.
I
If
know.
you guys
Yeah,
haven't seen it,
it was great.
yeah. Um, some of the guys here talking about the Black Bay Pro. The slab sides make it look even thicker. Tried on the Pro and was expecting it to wear thicker than it did, but it was still thick. Marcus F says he prefers the Black Bay GMT, the 41 GMT, over the Black Bay Pro. The
Mm.
proportions of the two color bezel with the Submariner dial and Snowflake handset are killing it for me.
I agree with that actually. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer because it's essentially the same height. It's the same movement too, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's the same GMT movement in both watches, and
Hmm.
proportionally, and like you mentioned with the dual color bezel and stuff, and it rotating. Like, I think it breaks it up a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too.
But yeah.
Kevin Jansen, hope I pronounced that right. I says I like to wait about 6 months between new watches so I don't interrupt the honeymoon. That's
That's discipline. Good for
yeah,
you.
that's discipline. Um, I I tend to buy two watches in every go almost. Um, but yeah, I do understand that it's really
I just think we're
necessary.
spoiled, and like you spoiled me, Sanjay. Like, I mean, I really appreciate you introducing me to your AD. Like, they're just really good to you. Or they're really good people, and
They are.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I really appreciate it because they're fairly large in terms of like the brands they carry, and they also get in a lot of like the good models and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's worth a drive for me. It's like a couple hours, but like I'll make that trip because I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Bobby asking a cricket question here. Best bowler in your lifetime: McGraw, Akram, Murali, or Warren? Easy. I'm a Sri Lankan, so it has to be Murali. Murali is insane. Still unbeaten records. He's from the golden age of Sri Lankan cricket. So I don't think Sri Lanka is doing too well now. I don't even watch cricket anymore. It's so disappointing.
Which nations like who does well in cricket normally?
Usually Australia does really well. England does well. India does really well.
Yeah, I would have
You know,
thought India or Sri Lanka would be up there, but
Sri Lanka used to be really good, like the '96, 2000s, up until like maybe the early 2010s.
hmm.
That's when like the last of the '96 Dream Team retired, and I feel like something ended after that. But it's been a while since I watched it. I don't know if they're getting better now again, but um, goes to show, glory doesn't last forever. Sri Lanka won the World Cup in 1996, which is almost 30 years ago now. So, oh wow,
Yeah, it's kind of like the Jays, winning the World Series back to
yeah,
back in the late '90s.
yeah. There you go. Wolfie says he prefers the GS Quartz over the sub. Let's show myself out. Hey,
Wow, Wolfie.
I am with you there, Wolfie. So,
Me too, but I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised.
hey Deb, good to see you. Wolfie kind of hurt me. I mean, Australian. He's Austrian. uh, Sandstormer, hey, great to meet you. Just got the Sea of Clouds. Hey, we're watch
Congrats,
brothers.
man.
Um, Nev caught that too. Uh, Dib, Australian, same thing, right? Oh man. All right, I'm. Oh what? No way. Dib saying Shane Warren. Oh, Dib. No, no. Well, Shane Warren. No, come on. No.
I feel like Dib's defending his national pride. So,
Well, no, Shane Warren is Australian.
oh, is it?
Yeah, you'd think Dib would pick like
I thought, okay, yeah.
Harbhajan Singh or I don't know.
Hmm.
who else was Zahir Khan? Oh, Zahir Khan was really good. Those are the years I watched Dib. Dib, I think you're younger than me, so you probably haven't seen them. I don't know. Oh man, Wolfie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. We're yeah, we're family here. So anyway, we've hit 1 hour. Torrin, do you have anything you'd like to promote? Something coming up?
Uh, well, I mean, I feel just the video I put out today, and thanks for your feedback on it. But if you guys want to check out the review of the Zulu time, feel free to do it.
Yeah, yeah, do that. Oh man, the intro is incredible. So crispy, just
Thank you, sir.
crispy like bacon. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, like
Put the
well,
bacon filter on.
yeah, there you go. Even has like a bacony feel to it because of the colors. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Um, I just released the SPB 285 video, so if you guys would like to check
Oh,
that out,
sweet.
please do. Um, like literally half an hour ago. Well, at this point, an hour and
Like
a half
during
ago.
the stream.
Hour and a half ago.
Okay.
Time flies. I can't believe it's an hour past. I can't believe it. But um, yeah, let me know if you guys have any thoughts about that watch. Uh, I'm kind of torn. I want to keep it, but then
But you
now,
put out the review, so now it's
yeah,
going.
the temptation is super high when the video comes out, right? I've had because by the time the video comes out, I had like 6 months with it. I'm happy, it's all, sunshine and rainbows and you're like, okay, well, what's next? It's this awful, insatiable appetite for
Yeah.
the next one. But maybe this one will stick around. I keep thinking I want to try the red one, like the red King Seiko.
Hmm.
But then Grand Seiko put out the red Grand Seiko. I think it's the 287 SPGW 287, and I really want that red Grand Seiko too. Kevin S and I were talking about it earlier this week, and it's
Do you
like
have
it's like a
a
burgundy
picture of
red.
it?
Yeah, yeah. Let me I
I
have
don't
my
recall
screen
that one.
here. It's beautiful. It's like a burgundy red too. Haven't seen it in person though, so maybe Kevin can correct me on this. If it's
Oh
not
yeah,
burgundy,
and
I can
they
put.
do that like matching strap now too.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And this would kind of be like that green, the Bioka that I used to have, the SPGW 285. Um, so yeah, it's got that same texture on the dial, so you can probably tell there, like a I don't know,
Yeah.
fur-like texture. It's hard
It's
to like
pretty
a
nice.
papery, fibrous texture. That's the word I was looking for, fibrous. Um, so I like this color. If it's a burgundy, so Kevin's saying beautiful deep red color, similar to deep color of the green version. So deep
That's
red is
nice. Yeah.
is my favorite color, like of all time.
Hmm.
Um, just like deep green is really close to me too. But yeah, so maybe I'll put the King Seiko in the trunk and wait for this thing to come out.
Yeah.
um, yeah, because I've got the 37 mil Longines Spirit. This thing's 37 mil. The King Seiko's 37 mil. Um, that's like the sweet spot. I mean, next to 34 mil, of course.
Of course. Well, the Sea of Clouds looks great on you too, right? Like I
Yeah,
would
it's
say for
it's
you
not bad.
between like 37 to 40 is like pretty spot on.
Yeah. I mean, I wish it was smaller, but
Yeah.
it's not like keeping me up at night or anything like that, Like when I
I
had
still
the
remember when I watched your review before I got my first Grand Seiko diver so many times, right? Like when you had
yeah,
the best. That was I mean, I'm
it was
glad you
bad.
rocked it, but like it looked a little disproportionate.
It was bad. Yeah. um but yeah, that thing kept me up at night because it was so big on my wrist. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that all the time. Even though I loved the watch, I knew it wasn't gonna
Mm.
stay. But yeah, so that's it really for closing thoughts. Hopefully the King Seiko stays. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, guys, hope you all are doing well. I am grateful for you all. Thank you for joining me and Torin here. You are infinitely valuable, all of you. I don't want to forget to say that, and I do mean it. I do mean it. So yeah, guys, take care, stay safe. See you next week. I hope you have a great week ahead and a good rest of your weekend. And I'm gonna end this.